good evening. You're with the big story here. I'm Seher Zaman. We're continuing with the top focus in the Bihar election campaign, which further heats up. It's a string of rallies both by Prime Minister Modi and the Congress MP Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi is right now speaking at Bhagalpur. Let's go across.
कि अब सरकार बिहार की होगी, बिहार के किसान के, मजदूर की, छोटे दुकानदार की, युवाओं की सरकार होगी और वही सरकार बनेगी जो बिहार के युवाओं को रोजगार देके दिखाएगी। भाइयों बहनों, छत्तीसगढ़ में रोजगार की कोई कमी नहीं है। छत्तीसगढ़ में अर्थव्यवस्था तेजी से आगे चल रही है। मैं आपको बताता हूं क्यों। छत्तीसगढ़ में हमने पैसा किसान को दिया, सीधा हमने कहा देखो तुम्हें सही दाम मिलेगा। जैसे ही हमने किसान को सही दाम दिया, गांव में किसान के पास पैसा आया, मजदूर के पास पैसा आया, उसने माल खरीदना शुरू किया, मोबाइल फोन खरीदा, साबुन खरीदा, शर्ट पैंट खरीदी। जैसे ही उसने शर्ट पैंट साबुन ये चीजें खरीदनी शुरू की, छत्तीसगढ़ की अर्थव्यवस्था चालू हो गई। आप जाइए छत्तीसगढ़ में किसानों से पूछिए कितना पैसा मिलता है धान के लिए, बता देंगे। मुझे बोलने की जरूरत भी नहीं। हम आपके साथ खड़े होकर बिहार को बदलना चाहते हैं। आप दूर दूर से आए, इतने प्यार से आपने मेरी बात सुनी, इसके लिए मैं आपको दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं और आपको आखिरी बात बोलना चाहता हूं। देखिए, पूरा देश जानता है कि आज हिंदुस्तान की 1200 किलोमीटर जमीन चाइना की सेना ने ले रखी है। पूरा देश जानता है। आप सेना के किसी भी जवान से पूछ लो, वो आपको बता देगा पहले हम उधर पेट्रोलिंग करते थे, अब उधर चाइना की सेना खड़ी है। हमारी जमीन हमसे छीन ली गई। मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, जब चाइना ने हमारी जमीन छीनी, जब चाइना ने बिहार के 20 युवाओं को शहीद किया, तो नरेंद्र मोदी ने देश को झूठ क्यों बोला? नरेंद्र मोदी ने देश को यह क्यों कहा कि हमारी जमीन किसी ने नहीं ली? नरेंद्र मोदी ने यह क्यों नहीं कहा कि मेरे 20 जवानों को शहीद किया गया है, मैं चाइना को दिखाने जा रहा हूं हिंदुस्तान की क्या शक्ति है? नरेंद्र मोदी ने यह क्यों नहीं कहा? मैं आपको बताता हूं, क्योंकि पिछले 6 सालों में नरेंद्र मोदी, जो अपने आप को नेशनलिस्ट कहता है, देशभक्त कहता है, नरेंद्र मोदी ने देश को कमजोर कर दिया है। आज हिंदुस्तान कमजोर है। आज हिंदुस्तान की अर्थव्यवस्था।
Congress MP Rahul Gandhi in continuing to attack the policies of the BJP in the center and how it is going to be impacting in the state as well. Top of the agenda there has been the farm laws, which the Congress that continues to maintain will negatively impact the farmers. And talking about farmers here, this is a decision now that has been taken by the Maharashtra government. It has announced an SOP for the farmers, aiming to bring in further relief to them before Diwali. The Maharashtra government has announced a package of 10,000 crore rupees for the farmers, and this is concerning those who were hit by the torrential rains recently in the state. Our deputy news editor Mayuresh has been getting us further details here. Mayuresh, this is a relief package now that has been announced by the government of Maharashtra. The areas that we're looking at, this is particularly for those only who have been hit by the rains this season.
Absolutely. In last entire week, we saw that Maharashtra or some part of Maharashtra also experienced torrential rain, and in this rain, almost 80 to 90% crop of the farmers have got damaged. Uddhav Thackeray, along with his cabinet colleagues, had visited such places like Usmanabad, Solapur, and other few districts in which personally he went. And saw the ground situation, what exactly is it, and he had given orders to all his officers as well as the collectors to basically conduct the survey and come up with the estimate that how much loss has happened. So today the Maharashtra CM had basically called an urgent meeting of the cabinet colleagues, and in that meeting they have taken a decision to extend the help of rupees 10,000 crore in the form of package to the farmers whose crops have got damaged. And this help they are intent to give it by the Diwali, so that during the Diwali at least the farmers will be having something in their hand, and the help which has given by the state government. Also, while announcing this help, Uddhav Thackeray clearly criticized the centre government that when the centre government was aware of the situation, not a single team came from the centre to assess the situation and conducted the survey and extended the help. Whatever the help we are giving it to the farmers of Maharashtra, that is the state government is extending. So certainly, while announcing the package, he also criticized the centre government for not extending any kind of help.
All right, Mayuresh, thank you for getting us those details here. This relief coming in for the farmers, and the government says would reach them before Diwali for those who've suffered the torrential rains here. And once again, the focus here in the build-up to the Bihar elections. Today, it's a heavy day of campaigning by both the BJP and the Congress. Prime Minister Modi in a string of rallies today, and also regarding the Congress MP Rahul Gandhi. Both having several rallies across the breadth of Bihar. The top focus here that has remained COVID management. Also, the treatment that was given to the return of migrants, development in the state, and touching upon the farm laws that have been passed by the central government as well. Both Prime Minister Modi as well as Rahul Gandhi there, though, have remained silent as far as BJP's manifesto promise of a free COVID-19 vaccine is concerned.
बिहार के लोगों ने मन बना लिया है, बिहार के लोगों ने ठान लिया है कि जिनका इतिहास बिहार को बीमारू बनाने का है, उन्हें आसपास भी नहीं फटकने देंगे।
मजदूरों के सामने मैं सिर झुकाता हूं, छोटे व्यापारियों के सामने मैं सिर झुकाता हूं, और दूसरे घर जाते हैं और अंबानी और अदानी का काम करते हैं।
कोरोना के इस समय में भी गरीबों को सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता देते हुए एनडीए सरकार ने काम किया है। कोरोना काल में गरीबों को मुफ्त राशन घर पहुंचाया गया है। रेहड़ी ठेला चलाने वाले साथी हैं, उनके लिए भी बैंकों से आसान ऋण सुनिश्चित कराया जा रहा है।
आप हजारों किलोमीटर चले, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आपको ट्रेन नहीं दी, बस नहीं दी। नरेंद्र मोदी ने आपसे कहा, भूखे हो तो क्या हुआ, प्यासे हो तो क्या हुआ, हजारों किलोमीटर चलो, अब बिहार की ओर चलो, मर जाओ पिस जाओ, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
Let's also get you details of the rally here from the RJD. This is Tejasvi Yadav, who's continued with a pointed attack on the BJP and the JDU. This time around, also attacking the Prime Minister, saying he's waiting for him to make a mention, to wait and watch, and whether or not he's going to be making a mention of what is Bihar's biggest problem, which is unemployment.
नीति आयोग में जो रिपोर्ट में बिहार सबसे फिसड्डी राज्य रहा, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, पलायन, बेरोजगारी के मामले में, अस्पतालों के मामले में फिसड्डी रहा। 15 साल से बीजेपी सरकार में है, नीतीश कुमार जी बिहार के मुख्यमंत्री हैं। आखिर क्यों बिहार पीछे रहा है? सबसे ज़्यादा बेरोजगारी दर 46.6 बेरोजगारी दर जो है सबसे ज़्यादा बिहार में क्यों है? शुगर मिल, पेपर मिल, जूट मिल, फूड प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट्स क्यों नहीं खुले बिहार में? ये ज़रूर उम्मीद करती है बिहार की जनता कि प्रधानमंत्री जी बताएंगे।
In other news, as we have continued with our ongoing series here to keep a check on what's causing the Delhi pollution year after year, which are the concerned departments which haven't been working on ground. In the past few days, we've of course been focusing on the MCD, on how the equipments and machines that haven't been running, which should have been running at this point of time, of reducing the dust particulate matter in the air. Today, we're looking at something that is under the Delhi government, while the MCD is run by the BJP. What's under and what's in the hands of the Delhi government is the transport department, on how public transport has not further been upgraded, which can massively reduce pollution that is caused by vehicles. Now, there is a 28% of Delhi pollution which is caused by vehicles, and yet there has been in these past years no upgradation, no significant upgradation to public transport that can reduce vehicular movement on the roads in Delhi.
At least 28% of pollution causes due to vehicles, number of vehicles that is increased in the national capital. However, there is no restrictions in the registration of the vehicles as of now in the national capital. In fact, what the environmentalist says, that if the Delhi government comes up with a better policy that is related to the transport, then definitely the Delhi government may somehow manage to decrease the pollution level. But as of now, it is the failure of the government that they have not come up with any kind of better transport policy. In fact, the Delhi government initially promised that they will buy the new buses for the better transportation, public transportation, but that has also not happened so far.
Not just that, there is also not enough manpower. There is a shortage of staff. Our correspondent Alok, who's been keeping a check on all of these aspects here, has also reported that there is an acute shortage in the transport as well as the pollution control departments here. The details.
In the national capital, not only there is the shortage of public transport, but also there is the huge shortage in the transport department and also the pollution and environment department as well. In fact, the transport department, there are only 28 inspectors who are working, who are responsible for the pollution checking of the vehicle. But in the otherwise, that there are department which is the pollution department and environment department, there is also the shortage of the team members. There are only 37 persons who are working there, and they are responsible for conducting checks at the pollution at the site, like the construction site or other sites as well. And in fact, their sanctioned strength is more than 300, but they are working with just 100 of staff. So definitely this tells the story about the national capital, that how much the Delhi is capable of controlling the pollution level in the national capital.
Our correspondent Alok with us, also getting us more details here on a string of announcements that have just been made by the Delhi government. Alok, we see these announcements being made year after year. 2-3 years ago, we'd seen announcements that were promised are long-term, which measures which would work. Have they been seen to be effective today, even in those announcements that have just been made this year? Are they working on ground?
See, Afrida, in the national capital, there are 3 there are three ways through which the pollution in fact happens. The first is we all know that the stubble is burning outside the city, other areas, UP, Haryana and Punjab, and also there is the vehicular pollution, and the third is very important is that the dust pollution, and that is happening in construction site, landfill sites and all these places, and it is the duty of the government to keep a regular check on those sites. In fact, where I am standing, this is one of the landfill site. This is the Okhla landfill site, which my video journalist Manoj is showing it to you. And what the GRAP, when the Graded Response Action Plan was implemented in the national capital, that was instructed that every time, whenever this landfill site is, whenever the truck is coming and they are dumping the garbage, then there should be proper cover of the garbage, and also complete area should be regularly sprinkled. But here you cannot see any sprinkling is going on. And in fact, if you see this place only, newly some construction has happened, and this is roadside construction has happened, but nothing, no cover, anything. And in fact, the garbage, or what we can say that the soil has not been removed from that particular place. So that causes the dust pollution, and that is what in fact anti-dust campaign, which was in fact Delhi government launched. So what kind of anti-dust campaign which the Delhi government launched, and what kind of anti-dust campaign is going on? In fact, you can see the visuals, no sprinkling of water, and this way the truck is going on. And this is the hot spot area. That Okhla phase 2 is a hot spot area that was identified by Delhi government, CPCB, means Central Control Pollution Board, and Pollution Board of the Delhi government as well. But as of now, you can clearly get a sense that nothing this sort of thing we are getting on the ground. Back to you.
That's right, Alok. This is, of course, with respect to what you've said, things that should work under the Graded Action Response Plan. These are all emergency measures which are still not working. But we also, if we go through the other promises that have been made by the Delhi government, some of them which were long-term measures that still aren't effective on ground.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, there are 8 to 9 measures which the Delhi government took, and that measures were not recently taken. These measures were taken 2 or 3 years back as well. In fact, the anti-dust campaign, which I already have told you, biodecomposer for stubble management, this campaign they have launched just recently. They are giving the medicines to the farmers to decompose the stubble, and they have also offered this medicine to the other states as well. But as of now, nobody has shown any kind of interest in buying these medicine from the Delhi government. Apart from that, promoting electricity vehicles, only government departments, some of the government departments are using these electric vehicles, but daily the registration of vehicles are increasing. Around 300 to 400 vehicles registrations are happening daily in the national capital. That is really a cause of concern, because vehicular pollution is very much more than 28% of vehicular pollution happens because of the numbers of vehicles on the streets. And red light on and Gaadi off campaign, this has recently launched, but that is also not helping out, because nobody is switching off their vehicles, what we found out. And there are 39 anti-smoke guns at the hot spot. In fact, this is hot spot where right now I'm standing. No anti-smoke gun I am found as of now. I am here for past 1 hour, but no place I have found any kind of anti-smoke gun. And there are 17 pollution control teams which are working on ground. So where are these 17 pollution control team? Because the staff is already very less. There is a shortage of staff in the department. Then where are these teams? So that is why this kind of gross violation is happening, which I am showing to our viewers. Back to you.
Right. Absolutely, Alok. So effectively what you've explained, none of the emergency measures are working on ground, or even the long-term measures which were announced several years ago have still not been fixed on ground. This is the reason why Delhi continues to suffer year after year. Alok, thank you for getting us those inputs. Now, interestingly, the quality of air in Delhi and India has found its way in a mention in the final presidential debate in the US elections here as well. After having made multiple attempts to woo the American Indian voter there, President Donald Trump has commented on climate change in targeting China, in calling out Russia, and in also calling out India as far as India's air quality is concerned, saying India is filthy.
We have the best carbon emission numbers that we've had in 35 years under this administration. We are working so well with industry, but here's what we can't do. Look at China, how filthy it is. Look at Russia. Look at India. It's filthy. The air is filthy. The Paris Accord, I took us out because we were going to have to spend trillions of dollars, and we were treated very unfairly.
In other news, we're getting in breaking inputs here. This is regarding our COVID-19 warriors, our doctors. These have been doctors in Delhi across hospitals here who have been protesting for non-payment of salary. Remember, it has been 4 months that they haven't been paid. This protest itself has been on for the past 15 to 20 days. But now they're saying that they're going on an indefinite hunger strike as well, starting today. Our correspondent Vaji has been getting us further inputs here on this. Vaji, please go ahead on what the doctors here are saying that these protests have fallen on deaf ears. They still haven't been paid their salaries, and now they have to go on an indefinite hunger strike here to further press on.
Well, yes, these are the same doctors who were, for whom we were banging thalis, we were showering flowers and lighting diyas. But today these doctors have come out on a indefinite hunger strike. And this indefinite hunger strike is after sitting here for close to 20 days, asking for their 4 months of salaries. We are joined in by a few doctors here. Let's speak to them and let's get a sense of what they're actually sitting here for. आप लोग आज यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं और आज से नहीं बैठे हुए, we are sitting here for the last 20 days. Can you tell us what is your actual demand, prime demand? What is the reason?
प्राइमरी डिमांड हमारी यही है सर कि हमारे को 4 महीने की सैलरी नहीं मिली है और हमारे को एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से किसी तरह का एश्योरेंस नहीं मिल रहा है कि हमारी ये सैलरी मिलने कब वाली है। बड़े दुख की बात है कि डॉक्टर जिनको हॉस्पिटल में काम करना चाहिए वो यहाँ रोड पे बैठ के सैलरी की डिमांड कर रहे हैं। साहब, सैलरी की डिमांड क्या इस देश में कोई सैलरी की डिमांड करने के लिए रोड पे बैठता है? एंड दैट टू डॉक्टर्स इन दिस टाइम ऑफ पैंडेमिक।
कितने महीने से आप लोग को
4 महीने की सैलरी नहीं मिली है।
And one more thing that I would also like to point out is this is one set of doctors that are sitting here and doing their protest while the other set is still working. क्या डॉक्टर्स आपके कुछ अंदर काम भी कर रहे हैं या?
हाँ, हमारे सीनियर्स डॉक्टर जो है, जो परमानेंट स्टाफ है, वो काम कर रहा है अभी भी, और जो हमारे अनपेड कोरोना वॉरियर्स है वो यहाँ पे हड़ताल के लिए बैठे हैं।
So you can see that these doctors are sitting here while there is another set of doctors who's actually performing their duties despite the fact that they haven't been paid salaries for the last 4 months. So this is the problem that they've been facing, and it's not just Indore but all the other NDMC hospitals that are there in Delhi are facing a similar situation with regards to their doctors and their health staff not being paid. To you.
That's right. These are doctors belonging to the hospitals that are run under the NDMC. Terribly unfortunate on that front there. Vaji, thank you for getting us those details. On that note, we're slipping into a tiny breather here on The Big Story. Top news and updates continue here. Stay on with us, please. Back in just a bit.